And I cried that day. That was my moment of epiphany.
Robert Kowalski remembers being told he needed a second heart surgery at just 41. He'd already had a heart attack and bypass surgery a few years before.
Little kids in preschool, and the doc is telling me I've got 5 to 6 times greater risk of dying on the table than the first time around. And I went home thinking how my wife is going to have to raise those kids without their daddy.
Kowalski got the message. Determined to stay alive, he worked to improve his health, lowering his heart disease risk factors like high cholesterol. He was so successful, he got a book out of it, teaching others to do what he'd done.
I saw how my approaches were working for myself, and we researched it at UCLA. The rest, as they say, is history.
Now he's out with a new book and a new mission. Kowalski is declaring war on high blood pressure.
Even teenagers are starting to show elevations in blood pressure. And people definitely in their 20s and 30s are showing elevations. So it's not just your grandfather's problem or your father's problem.
The typical approach to treating high blood pressure is with medication, diet, and exercise. But Kowalski says we rely too much on prescription drugs. He also recommends diet and exercise, but he's promoting supplements like L-arginine, lycomado, and grapeseed extract.
These have been clinically documented. These are things that actually the doctors themselves in the medical centers took a look to see if they'd work.
He says eating foods rich in potassium and using a salt substitute balances out the salt in our bodies. And Kowalski is a fan of cocoa. He claims it helps you sleep, increases calcium, and just like green tea, is rich in antioxidants.
You're going to see the improvement, and once you start seeing that improvement, you're going to say, hey, I know this works, I'm going to keep going.
Kowalski's new book is called The Blood Pressure Cure. He says the lessons inside can help you live a long and productive life. Ian Slack, Fox 13 News.